Hello, I'm Scotia Minarsch, and I'm here to kind of let you know a little bit about Electra and Friends. I've known Susan Newton for about 13 years now. I moved in next door to her. We moved here to Columbus, and we've had a path together. And she had always said that she was doing some writing, and that she was doing some channeling from these beings, Electra and Friends, and I was thinking, well, okay, so she's going to be talking in a normal voice, and she's going to be, just doing some, I've had readings in the past before, and I was saying, well, it's going to be a reading, okay, blah, blah. So I get over there to her house, and she starts talking, and she says, okay, I need to go into a meditative state, and I'm thinking, okay, good. And she comes out of her meditative state, and her eyes have changed, and her facial expressions have changed, and all of a sudden, she starts speaking with something like similar to a European accent, is what I call it. It's like, and she can't speak any languages over from Europe, so it's like, okay. And the first thing Electra says, well, you're surprised to hear us. And I lied, and I said, no, I'm not surprised. And I was really shocked because I'd known Sue before she had these abilities, and then it was quite interesting then the information that came out. And what I know to be true with Electra and Friends is that even though Sue and I have known each other, information came out during the readings that Sue didn't know anything about. It's information about the family or the feelings I'm going through that I had never discussed, and each reading that I have with Electra and Friends is so wonderful because even though Electra is a female name, and Susan will tell you this, it's a collective of energies, but they always know what's on my mind and what needs to be addressed at that particular time. And one thing I do compare them because I've read books from Abraham. We have a little puppy dog over here, Max, today, and he's kind of interacting with us. But anyway, I had read some books on Abraham, and I had heard some CDs on Abraham, which is also collective coming through Hicks, Jerry and Esther Hicks. She comes through Esther Hicks. So and that's exactly what's happening through Sue. That they're coming, these collectivists coming for a message, to give us messages on a daily basis, or however often you need them. And what they're doing is they're empowering. They never tell me, well, you should do this or you shouldn't do that. And they like the interaction. When you're talking with Electra and Friends, they want you to talk. They want you to be interactive with them, not that they just tell you, well, here's what's going on with you, so that you can come up with the answers within your own head, and they kind of guide you through their conversation with you. What I've noticed is that they guide you so that you're actually being more aware of the things that are going on, so you can start making changes yourself. I've been very lucky that I've had quite a few readings from Electra and Friends, and not only through the accent that she has, but also when I work with her on a daily basis, I do painting with Susan on the side, and they will come with messages through Sue herself. So you have two different kind of interactions through Sue's own voice, and when they actually come through, and then they speak directly through Sue. And I've noticed a lot of healings going on with myself. I've had several healings. I can tell that my energies have changed when I'm finished. There's an energy in the room. When they come in the room, you can feel that strong energy of all these beings that come in. It's very different from person to person how they interact with each individual. For me, it's always been a loving, kind, and fun, and it's just a lot of fun. They laugh. They're funny. They can once in a while even a little joke will come out. And what's really interesting, and that just brought to mind, Sue is, and I call her Sue. I've known her for Sue for 13 years, so she's Sue to me. Anyway, Sue can be thinking thoughts in the back of her head. She's usually aware of what's going on, but she doesn't interact because when they come through very strongly. But if she's got something going on in her head, they will make a point of saying, this person whose body that they are working through at this particular time has something to say, and they will say her thoughts. And it's quite interesting. Or if she's thinking something funny, and if she thinks it long enough, they will come through and they'll tell us what she's thinking. It's quite an experience. If you've never experienced anything like this, I'd never experienced it. I'd heard CDs, but I'd never personally experienced anything like Electra and Friends before. If you haven't tried Electra and Friends, or or had anyone that does a channeling where the Sue does, it's really worth it, because you are literally talking to spirit. You're talking as if an angel or your angels and guides, because actually they do talk. Your angels and guides talk through Electra. It's not just Electra and Friends, other beings, but your own guides and your own angels, your um, ancestors come through, and they give you messages through Electra and Friends through Susan, and that's absolutely amazing, because you will get messages that normally you will not get from anyone else during, like, the way that this is given. Okay, and that's my testimony, and I'm sticking to it, and I've enjoyed it, and I hope you do too.